Death threats against me alone have tripled. I mean, I had one yesterday, was a little different. They don't want to kill me. They want to kill my family.
No.
You know, tear my soul out so I suffer the rest of my life. These people are unhinged, but they need to know we're going to keep doing this job because we're arresting the worst of the worst. And are we arresting illegal aliens with no criminal history? We absolutely are. If we find them looking for these targets, they're going to be arrested. If the mayor
because
and the
they are here illegally.
Yeah, if they want us, less of us in the street, then let us in the damn jail where we can arrest a public safety threat and the safety and security of the jail. You release them in the street, that forces us into the street to do this. But the hateful rhetoric from people like the mayor and the governor and members of Congress, I said back in March, Harris, I think it was on your show, if the hateful rhetoric doesn't decrease, there's going to be bloodshed. Right. And unfortunately, I was right. And I'm telling you here today, it's not over. Now the rhetoric is even tripled. Now they're saying they're murderers. They went beyond Nazis and secret police. Now they're saying he's murdering people.
Federal prosecutors in Minnesota have quit due to pressure from the Trump administration to scrutinise the victim in last week's Minneapolis shooting. Members of the House Democratic Caucus announced on Tuesday that they have taken a stance calling to defund ICE.
The pushback in Minnesota is increasing. Not only is the now daily tug of war between federal law enforcement and the people on the ground physical, it's also ratcheting up legally. The day after DHS was slapped with a lawsuit accusing it of unlawfully commandeering state resources, members of the Congressional Progressive Caucus announced they will move to temporarily defund immigration enforcement operations.
We cannot and we should not continue to fund agencies that operate with impunity.
Also Tuesday, the first assistant U.S. attorney in Minneapolis and at least 5 other federal prosecutors resigned amid pressure from the Trump administration on how to handle the case of Renee Good, who was fatally shot by an ICE agent in the city last week.
When you see wholesale resignations like this, it's very concerning.
Since then, federal law enforcement sources say around 1,000 additional U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents are expected to deploy to Minneapolis. Undeterred, President Donald Trump announced Tuesday that the federal government will not make any payments to sanctuary cities or states starting February 1st. The lawsuit filed Monday by the state of Minnesota and the Twin Cities, Minneapolis and St. Paul, accuses DHS of violating the 10th Amendment, interfering with Minnesota's authority to govern, and disregarding state law. I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.